Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do a video on eyelashes. I love wearing eyelashes. They're one of my favorite things to put on when I'm doing makeup. And I know a lot of people struggle with eyelashes. They start putting them on, they get discouraged, and they're just like, forget it. So I wanted to do an in-depth video on how I apply my eyelashes. I am having construction done on my house, so if you hear funky noises in the background, that is why. So obviously I have all of my makeup done. I look a little funny because I have like nothing really on my eyes and my eyebrows are done and whatnot. I put a very small coat of mascara on the upper lashes, and I did that because I want my natural lash to blend in with the false lash. False lashes are usually dark black, and a lot of times our eyelashes, you know, mine are like a dark brown, whereas if you have red hair, blonde hair, they might be lighter or different color. So I recommend taking a black mascara, applying that to your lashes. Not a lot, you don't need a lot, especially if you're going in with false lashes, just enough so they blend in. I also recommend putting the mascara on first. If you get a good pair of lashes, like for instance today I'm going to go ahead and use these. These are from Lilly lashes in the style Mykonos. I will link this down below, and this one actually came with the glue. So these particular lashes will last up to 25 times if you take care of them. I've been able to get my Ardell lashes to last an entire week, and when I do that, I don't apply mascara to them. I make sure I pull them off very carefully. I try not to get them wet. So you can get lashes to last a while. Now these are more expensive. These lashes, this particular one, they run about $29.99, but these are mink lashes, and like I said, you can get 25 wears out of these, where drugstore lashes you could maybe get 3 to 5, and that's if you're really careful with them. So anyway guys, what you need to do, or what you need, would be lashes, lash glue, scissors, as well as I use tweezers to apply them. It's too hard for me to do with my fingers. I see some people stick them on. I can't do that. So I need tweezers. They have specific lash applicators you can use, which are kind of like tweezers, but my go-to is just tweezers. So basically, what you want to do is measure it to your eye first. But when you first get your eyelashes, you want to take them out of the package very carefully. They're usually glued on to the plastic. So you can take some tweezers and you're gonna grab one of the corners very carefully because you don't want to rip the lashes out. So you can see I started lifting this one here. These ones are like in here really good. So I've started lifting this one out. You want to do it very carefully and then move closer and closer to where it's stuck. Don't like just rip it out from the end and keep pulling. Move your finger as you're doing it to like pull them out nicely. So these particular lashes are rounded. They aren't flared. So they're shorter on the sides, longer in the middle. So with these particular lashes, you have to remember which one belongs to which eye. So I'm gonna lay it in front of me just like this, so I know I'll put this one on this eye and this one on this eye. So I'm gonna work with this one first. So if they're rounded, you're gonna lay it on your eye, and I recommend putting it in the inner corner, how far in you want it, because you always wanna cut your lashes on the outer corner. And that is because naturally your eyelashes are going to be shortest in this area. So you don't want to cut this inner corner and then have these really long ones starting on the inner corner and then shorter. So you want shortest on the inner corner and then longer as it goes out. So you're going to trim from this side, whereas when we do the other eye, we will trim from this side, okay? So basically what I'm going to do, let me make sure I have my mirror. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the lash with my finger, no glue. I'm going to look into my mirror and see how far in I want it to go. So you can see these are really big for my eyes. Like I probably have to chop off a pretty good chunk. So think about where you need to cut it. Don't overcut the first time. Cut a little bit and remeasure it, because once you chop it off, you obviously can't stick it back on. So I'm gonna chop just a little bit off, and when you cut them, you want to cut them this way, because if you cut it going into the lashes, you can cut the lashes and mess up the shape. So take your scissors and cut them like that, okay? So I cut about this much off, guys, from the lash. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure it back on my eye. So I'm gonna take it again and I'm gonna place it where I think I'm gonna want them to start. They're still a little too big for my eye shape. These are very dramatic lashes, by the way. I would typically wear these with like an eye look, but I didn't put any eyeshadow on because I wanted you guys to be able to see exactly what I'm doing without having like eyeshadow just, you know, distracting you. So I'm gonna cut a little bit more off of these. Okay? So now, as you can see, it's shorter on the inner corner and then they're longer on the outer corner. Now these have a really nice bended shape to them, which will make these easier to apply than lashes that are more like flat. So I'm gonna try this again. All right, so this is what we're looking like. That is probably good. So because these are dramatic lashes and they have such a thick band, you see the band on these, they're very noticeable. So what I want to do, what I recommend you doing is taking some eyeliner, liquid, whatever, and doing a thin line. Even if you don't want eyeliner that day, do a thin line along your lash line because it's going to help disguise that lash band. After you put your lashes on, you can always go back in with eyeliner again if you feel like you haven't disguised them enough. Obviously with this type of lash, again, I would have used eyeshadow because the band is so dramatic. When you're not using eye makeup, the band is going to be a little bit more noticeable. Whereas if I have eye makeup on, it kind of disguises it a little bit more. So we have trimmed the lash, we are ready to go. Next step is get our glue. I'm using the glue that came with the Lilly lashes. A good one is House of Lashes. I like that glue. Duo I hate because it just takes forever to set, but I know a lot of people use Duo. Also, if you are a beginner, you can get lash glue that is white that kind of dries clear, or there's black glue and it stays black. If you're a beginner, get the glue that's going to be clear, because if you're, you know, it pops up a little bit or you didn't put it on right the first time, you're gonna have that black glue all over your eye, and if it's a good glue, it's a pain in the butt to try and get off. So this glue, these are my favorite types of glues, the brush-on glues. So you take it out like so, and you just brush it right on the lash. So I took some out. I'm gonna grab my lash now, right here. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just brush the glue on the lash band only, okay? You don't wanna get it on the lashes. I've not used her glue before. I've been using House of Lashes. I don't know if I'm fond of this glue. It looks a little funky, but we'll see what happens. I like the clear glue. It has an interesting odor to it. I would definitely note that. I've not used her glue before. I'm wondering if I have a bad glue or if it's just supposed to be like this. Any lash glue I've used before, it glides on really nicely. Her lash glue is very clumpy. Just trying to see if I can get it to focus. Alright, do you see her lash glue? It's like weird and it seems very clumpy. I don't know how well you can see that, guys, but we'll see what happens. I'll see if it sticks. So what I do next is I take my tweezers, I put it in the middle of the lash and I grip it. Then what I do is I look in my mirror, and some people close their eye, some people keep their eye open and kind of place it like that. Basically, you want to just line it up to where you think it's going to go. Don't worry about sticking it on and having everything stick at once. That's what a lot of people do wrong. They're like, why isn't it just sticking? And you just want to set it there for a minute. Also, make sure the glue gets a little bit tacky. You cannot put glue on a lash and stick it on right away. It's going to fall off. It's not going to stay on. And that's what a lot of people do wrong also when they put on their lashes, is they put glue on and they immediately slap it on and it's slipping and sliding all over. You cannot do that, especially with duo glue. You need to wait like a good minute before you can put it on. But this stuff doesn't look very runny. So guys, I am going to match it up to where I think it should go on my inner corner. Okay, so that's where I think I want them. I'm literally just sitting it there. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my tweezers and attach it to the inner corner. So I'm gonna push it down there. It's still sticking up on this side. I take my tweezers. Then I stick it down there, okay? Then I look at the placement, is that where I want it? I might go back in, push it, make sure it's pushed down in the front there. Make sure it's pushed down on the side. Sometimes they come off, especially if you don't wait for the glue long enough. Now these are super dramatic, obviously. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna make sure it's sticking there. Make sure it's sticking in the front. Make sure it's sticking all the way around. Once I have it sticking, I will take my tweezers. You can use your fingers to push it together or tweezers. I use either one. And as what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my natural lash and the fake lash and I'm pinching them together. This is going to help make sure it's stuck closely. And there you go, guys. That is pretty much how it's done. I'm going to go ahead and trim my other lash and I'll come back on and I'll apply that one so you can see me do it again. Alright guys, I'm back. So another thing I wanted to know is sometimes lashes will have a little bit of extra in the inner corner, so sometimes you just need to trim a little bit of the lash band off, which is what I had to do with this one. So I went ahead and I trimmed this one, I went ahead and put the lash glue on, and now I will show you how I apply them one more time. Again, I take the tweezers, I hold the lash in the center. Again, make sure your glue's tacky, don't put the glue on and then directly put it on your lid. It's not gonna stick and you're gonna get annoyed. You need to let it get tacky so when you place it on, it sticks. Also, for the most part, you can pick it up and move it. It's not like you stick it and if you're like, oh, I have it too far over this way, I have it too far in, too far up, just pull it off quickly. You might need to put a little bit more glue on, but that's why I recommend the clear glue. So that way, if you are a beginner, if you get it in the wrong position, you can just quickly remove it and then retry, okay? So anyway, here we go again, guys. Let me actually see if I can zoom you in a little bit more. Okay. So again, I'm going to go like this, and when you look down into a mirror, I can see exactly where I'm placing it, okay? So if you're having trouble, don't close your eye and then be like, I'm not sure where it goes. Like, try this technique. Holding it in the middle, I'm looking into the mirror, I'm making sure I'm matching up that inner corner so I make sure it's in far enough. Just plop it down like that. Just set it in the spot that you want, then go in and attach the corners. So I'm gonna go here. So I'm gonna attach my inner corner where it needs to go. Then I do have to close my eyes, especially because these are so dramatic for me to be able to see where the outer corner is. I'm going to attach the outer corner, okay? Again, I'm gonna go back in, make sure it's stuck. Pushing down, I do the corners, I place it down so it's stuck right there. Then I go and do the corners. So now I will do that technique where I pinch them together. That's ensuring that they're close to my natural lash, and I'm pushing the natural lash into the false lash. Okay. This glue is pretty easy to work with. Like I said, I've never used it before, so I thought it was a little gloppy. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but they seem to be attaching fine. The one we attached before is still in place. If you're a beginner, even though I'm not a beginner, I'm paranoid. I always take my lash glue and a pair of tweezers with me if I'm going out for the night. House of Lashes, I've never had a lash fall off. I've never had a lash lift up, so I love that glue. This, I'm not sure how long it's gonna last and if it works really well. So what I do is I always take my lash glue and a pair of tweezers. God forbid I'm out and someone's like, your eyelash is flopping around, or I think it feels funny. I can look and then I can go in the bathroom quick and fix it. Could you imagine? You're going around and you got an eyelash flopping in the wind. All right, guys, so they look stuck. Some people will use their fingers to apply them. God bless them, because I cannot do that. Sometimes if you think you didn't get it to stick quite enough in the inner corner, I literally take my glue, I look in a mirror, and I very carefully will stick some in that inner corner area. Like, oh crap. Same trick if you're out and they lift it a little bit, just take the glue. And just re-stick it. Very easy. You don't have to take the entire lash off, re-put glue on and stick them on. Just take the glue. That's why I like these kinds. It's easier. If I had Duo, you wouldn't be able to do that because it's like the type that squeezes out of the tube. But if you have this type of glue, you can like kind of get in there, especially if it's a clear glue, and get a little bit where you need to get it and then re-stick. Alright guys, so we have the lashes on. I really like these lashes. I love dramatic lashes, so I'm really liking these. I will definitely use these lashes. I will definitely buy more Lilly lashes. The glue, on the other hand, I do not like at all. I don't know if I have a bad glue. It was very strange. I've never had a glue be as clumpy as this one, which was very, very odd. And I did notice when I was doing the video, they were lifting in the corner, so I had to I showed you how you can reapply glue. I could do that with this glue, which I do not have to do with my House of Lashes glue. So if you are looking for good lashes, I recommend these. I don't recommend the glue. Again, maybe I have a weird crappy one. House of Lashes is good. If you just want to like go to the drugstore and be able to buy something, Ardell has a brush on lash glue, and that one sets really quickly. You can like almost instantly put your lashes on and they stick. So anyway guys, when you're taking off your lashes, take them off very easily. Maybe use a Q-tip, put a little bit of makeup remover on it. Try not to get makeup remover and water and stuff all over the lashes. Again, I recommend doing mascara first, so that way you're not getting mascara on the lashes as well. When you're done, put them in a safe place. If they came in a box, put them back in the box. Put them somewhere so they're not getting dirty, they're not gonna blow away, and they're not gonna get lost. When I'm spending $29 on a pair of lashes, I want to make sure I'm going to be able to use them a lot. So anyway, I really like these. They're so dramatic and beautiful. Let me know if I missed anything. If you have any questions about how I apply my lashes or anything like that, comment down below. Don't forget to like this video and please subscribe to my channel. I'm really trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate if you guys would do that. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you guys soon. Thanks, bye.